All right. For those of us that are here, let's find our place in the center of the room, whether it's your bedroom like I'm in right now or it's a studio. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, breathe your arms down. Inhale, push the floor away, lift your fingertips up. Exhale in one more time. Lift your arms all the way up. Now take your shoulders down. Draw your shoulders down your back and pull your abdominals in. March your right leg up, your left leg. Marching side to side. Using the opportunity to feel the length of your spine and the challenge right away of your exhale to lift your knees. And as you lift your knees, keep your ribs pulled in tight. Keep your hips drawn together and maintain lots of side body length right here. Yep. Start to press your arms back slightly. Your palms facing forward, your back of your hands facing back. Think about lifting up to the crown of your head as you lift your knee. Notice if your hips are wavering side to side. This is a great time to keep that challenge of keeping your hips nice and still. No moving up, side to side, off, yep. Now sweep your arms out to the side, directly out to the side. With elbows in. Now I can't hear the music, so I'm probably terribly off beat. Find your beat right now. Maybe that means going a little bit slower. At the touch. Have balance. You're pressing down through your standing leg and lifting up to the front of your head. Warming up our arms. Every time you pull in, exhale here. Exhale. Use this a 4 more side to side. 3. Last 2. Last one right. Last one left. Keep your arms. Reach them up. Keep yourself swan diving forward. And then walk yourself to a straight arm plank. Press down to the balls of your feet. Lift up to your heart. Hold the length of your upper body. Now take your knees underneath your hips, tabletop plank. Feel the length through the crown of your head. Release your tailbone back. Knees are underneath your hips. By cutting our legs in half like that, to engage our legs, your heels back over the balls of your feet. We're gonna start here. We know the tabletop plank is an intense plank, especially for the first one in class. So we're gonna take a flow with this. You have 8 more counts to feel your ribs breathe up towards the ceiling and press down through your hands, down through the balls of your feet. We're gonna take a flow and forward in 3, 2, on 1. Send your right leg back, draw it back in under your hip. And lift up to a downward dog, right back to the tabletop plank. Right leg goes back, right leg drags in, lift your hips up, and yourself back and back. Use your abdominals to draw it in. One more time this side. Send your right leg back, pull it in, lift your hips up. Now we're going to change it right to the other side. Send your left leg back. Draw your knee underneath your hip. Keep your balls of your feet grounded, dragging your foot along the floor. Keep back, flicking it back. Exhale to lift your hips. Exhale to bring yourself back. Keep this flow going. Don't let your neck start to bend. So think about the length out of the back of your neck. Maintain it no matter what your position is. And drop back in. Lengthen. Last one on the left. Lengthen it back. Draw your knee back in. Hold your tabletop plank right here. Hold your tabletop plank. Inhale. Exhale, tap your knees down and lift. Down and lift. You just have 10, then you get an extension stretch. Exhale to lift your knees. It's a small tap. You have 8 right here. You can do it. We had those downward dogs in the middle to help us stretch and work our shoulders. You have 4 right here. Last 3. Last 2. Last one here. Truly tap your knees. Walk your arms out. Keep your hips lifted. Press down through the tops of your feet. Inhale. On your exhale, send your forearms down. Walk your knees back. Here we are in the start of our forearm plank. Press down through your forearms to lift your abdominals and lengthen through the crown of your neck. Now, maintain this upper body strength, but come up to the balls of your feet, kick your heels back. Starting in this forearm plank, focus on the intention of your upper body to establish your foundation. If you push the floor away, your abdominals will check in. Feel your shoulder blades pull apart on your back, and then travel down as the crown of your head lengthens forward. Now you can stay here, or you can dip your hips over to the right and left. Small dip right and left. Bypassing center, go right and left, yeah? Now notice that your hips might be feeling like they're creeping up on you. Imagine I'm next to you, drawing your hips back. Keep that distance between your ribs and your hips as you take this tiniest little rotation. Both balls of your feet stay on the floor, heels stay lengthening back. You have 4 more side to side. Last 3, last 2. Hold it right here through center. Press down through your forearms, lift through the back of your neck. Feel your rib cage lift up towards the ceiling. 4 more counts. You just had 3, 2, child's pose on 1. Knees are wide, hips are back. Lengthen your arms forward. Inhale here. On your exhale, walk your hands and swing your legs around. We're going to take a neutral spine meditation. Legs or hips with distance in front of us. Right away, draw your heels back so you have a slight bend in your legs. Press down through your sits bones. Lift up through your side bodies, but drop your shoulders down your back. Pull your ribs together. Take your arms forward right away and draw your shoulders down your back. Press in, press in. Imagine there's a ball right in front of you. Every time you gently press your palms towards each other, you exhale. Every time you exhale, feel the crown of your head lift up higher. So we're matching movement with our breath. We're matching movement with an intention. And that tiny little pressure in is going to remind us to lengthen and pull our waist back. Noticing that in our neutral spine, that slight sway in our back is the natural position for our body to be in. So we work here most of class. We use this opportunity to meditate our body to make us feel like we truly understand this core position. We travel throughout class holding on to this as much as we can. And to do that, we need to check in with our abdominals, and that's where the breath comes in. So feel your breath, draw everything in, take your shoulders back, don't let yourself hunch forward. We're going to take these to roll downs in 6, in 5, in just 4, 3, 2. Hold the length right here. Bend yourself so that your hips are tipping up towards your rib cage. Come on down to your low back. Send your thumbs back to touch. Lift your arms, keeping your chest open wide. Lift all the way back up. Reclaim your neutral spine. Take it down and down, tipping your hips up towards your rib cage, pulling your waist back. And then lengthening up, chin off of chest. Lift, reclaim your neutral position here. Take this at the speed that you need. I want you to feel flexion deeply in your spine, finding that flexibility, that mobility that we all need, that we need to do every single day to make sure that we have a healthy spine. We have a full range of motion. One more time, wherever you are, whatever your pace. And we're going to end in our flat back floor. So take yourself down vertebrae by vertebrae. When you hit the bottom, place your hands down, walk your feet in. Tip your hips up slightly and reach your hips long in front of you. Now from here, lift your right leg. Lengthen it towards the ceiling. Feel your toes reach up. Pull your hip down. Once you're here, press down through your left leg. Now we travel. Take it down and up, down and up. Again, you staying with the music. I feel like I'm on beat right now, but I have no idea. So I'm pressing down through my left leg. I'm lengthening through both side bodies. My leg is long right away. Exhale and exhale. Yep. Inhale on the down, and then exhale to help lift your leg back up. You have 4 right here. You have 3. We're going to hold it on the out. In 2. Last time here. Take it down to your challenge point. Feel your ribs pull in. Your lower back stay grounded to the floor. Now take your left leg, reach it up. Bend, reach. Bend, reach. That tiny check mark position here, but your whole back stays grounded down. We're going to go on the left in 4, in 3, in 2. Hold your left leg up, set your right foot down, travel your left, go down and up, go down and up. Use your exhale to pull your leg back in, but your toe does not need to come past your hip. Can you lengthen a little bit more from the base of your seat out through your toe, thinking of this as a stretch to get you ready for our work today. Take deeper exhales, and on that exhale, press your lower back down. You have 4, you just have 3, last 2, hold your leg at your challenge point. Feel the strength in your core as your hips ground down. Now lift your right leg up, take your bend reach, bend reach. Every reach, feel your legs lengthen away from your core and your core pull back in opposition. Press down through your hands, feel your rib cage ground back behind you. Both legs up in 3, in 2, on 1. Both legs up right here. Take them hips width distance, lower them down, glue them back together, and draw them right back up. It's open, lower, close, and lift. Tracing a tiny box. Your legs won't go that low. Think of it as more of a rectangle, but it's not too long of a rectangle. Open, control, and lift. As you lower with your legs separated, you still have to use your inner thighs to keep the connection. One more time all the way through. Open, lower, close, lift. Now arms come up. Feel your fingertips and toes reach for the ceiling. Pull your waist down. This is your final hold. Every point is reaching up, but your waist is pulling back. Exhale deeply, feel your rib cage ground a little bit more. We're gonna take this to reverse triceps next. In just 6, in just 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull yourself in, rock yourself up, and take your hands behind you. Thumbs are forward, feet are at hips distance. Now press through your hands, lift your bottom off of the floor, and shift your shoulders back behind your wrists. From here, bend your elbows directly back, and then press the floor away, lift up. It's bend and reach, bend and reach. The shift back of your shoulders slightly is going to keep this targeting your triceps. It's going to take a little bit out of your legs because the more weight you can put into your upper body, the more work and resistance you're going to get. So shift your weight back just slightly, and then everybody take your ears and lengthen them away from your shoulders. Yes. Use your abdominals, tipping them up and holding that tip right here. Every time you exhale, it is a core workout. You just have 4, then we hold it low. Last 3. Last 2, hold it low right here, pulse down and down. That pressure to come down, but not so much that you let go. You have to keep control. That tiny up, again, check in with your shoulders. Elbows are straight back. Imagine my hands on either side of your elbows, drawing them towards each other. You just have 10 right here. You have 8. You have 6. Last 4, 3, 2, hold it low. Hold it low, skimming your seat above the floor, letting your elbows track back further, lengthening through the back of your neck like you could stay here all day long. You have 8, then a downward dog. In 6, you just have 4, 3, 2, on 1. Send your seat down, cross your legs, dive forward, find your downward dog to walk your hands in. Slowly roll yourself up to standing. Grab your weights if you want them for arm work, but know that you can always use your own resistance as well. Press down through all 4 corners of your feet. Take your fists forward, so palms are facing each other. Draw your shoulders down your back, knit your rib cage together. Now exhale as you lift in hammer curls. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Use that great big exhale to draw your fists up towards your shoulders, but do not let your elbows move. So this comes from your core, that extra bit of effort, gluing the top parts of your arms in to target your bicep here. Up and down. Now notice if your shoulders have caved in a little bit, think about opening them up nice and wide and lengthening through the back of the neck, maintaining this. You are also right back in your neutral spine. So think of that idea that we started with, that engagement in. And every time you pull up, I want you to think about that breath in to keep your center strong, to keep your neutral spine intact. All the way up and all the way down. Don't miss the down. Really lengthen all the way down. You just have 4, then we stop halfway. In 3, in 2, hold your arms halfway and tiny press up and up. That tiny press, that pop that we talk about, maybe it's an inch or 2. Using this to just exhale and find that deeper engagement. We're gonna flip our palms for a combination with our bicep curls next. In just 4, 3, 2, flip your palms. Go down and up, down, lift to the side, down and center, all the way down and lift. So your palms stay facing forward. They don't flip at all, but you're moving front body and you're moving to the side as well. That movement is going to require a lot of core stability here. So exhale, pull your waist in as you travel in both directions. Noticing that it's biceps, then you have to use your back body. Think of your lats helping lift your arms up nice and high. You lower and exhale. Inhale and lift. Yes. Keep your breath going here, but check in with your feet. Press down through all 4 corners. Lift up through your arches. Feel that pull your hips down, create some more space in your side bodies. Yeah, you just have 2 more all the way through right here. We're gonna end with our arms in a T. One more time, all the way through. Now hold your arms out, press everything down, up, down, up. Tiny motion here. Sometimes when our thumbs are up, our shoulders join us. So keep your thumbs up, but draw your shoulders down your back as you pull your waist in tighter. Go down, up, down, up. Yep. Your arms are directly out to your side. They're not in front of you, so this should help with keeping your chest nice and open. We have 4, 3, 2, bend your arms in half. Press your right arm up, press your left arm up, 2 chest presses, in and open, in and open. So alternating lat pulls, stopping halfway, then 2 chest presses right through center. Pull in and open. Your right angle that you're keeping with your arms is really important, especially when you draw forward. Keep your elbows underneath your wrists. Push, pull down. Nothing wavers side to side. This is all your core. Push in and open. Use your own resistance even if you have weights. So just to push the weights through space isn't enough. You have to think about your body controlling every movement with the weights. Pull in and open. One more time all the way through. Pull, left side up, 2 times. Draw in and open. Now full lat pulls. Go up, pull down, go up, pull down. Thought we were moving on, but we got to finish out our shoulders right here. Working both sides, matching our breath with this movement. Pushing slightly forward of our forehead so that we keep our neck in alignment and our shoulders in alignment. You push and pull. You have 4. You have 3. You have 2. Last one, hold it on the in. Hinge your upper body forward slightly, send your seat back. Reach your arms back behind you, palms are down. Exhale, lift your triceps up by reaching your fingertips back. In our parallel squat, weight is in your heels. Your foot foundation is what's gonna help you get lower here. So unless you truly push down through all 4 corners of your feet and lift through your arches, you're missing that extra opportunity right here. Foundation is key. Now, once you establish that foot foundation, send your hips back a little bit more. Maybe that means your chest comes up. That's okay. Think of your arms reaching back behind you, not necessarily about how high you can get them. Think about the reach. I know I talk about this a lot, but your shoulder blades should not be touching. Let them wing apart from each other and feel that length. Teaching our shoulders to relax on the down. We're not working up here. Yeah. Keep your neck in line, so let your chin drop back. Yeah. You have 4, 3, 2, flip your palms face each other. Lift right and left, right and left. And you know when we work side to side, even the side that's not working is working. It's staying engaged, right? So when you lift your right, keep it there while you lift your left. Constantly walking up a ladder. Noticing how when you go side to side, your core has to work a little bit further too. Can you send your seat back a little bit further? Yes. Can you lift your fingertips while reaching back? Not sacrificing anything in your neck or in your back. Now hold them both high, lift everything up and up. And as you lift, take your exhale. Your exhale is important here. Your exhale is what's gonna get you through this and not let your position, your alignment be sacrificed as you start to get tired. So exhale here. Every time you exhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. You just had 8. We hold in 6. Last 4, 3, 2, hold on 1. Come up to the balls of your feet, find balance. Drop your hips down further. Pull your waist away from your thighs and lengthen your arms. You have 8 right here. We're gonna come down onto our knees in 4, in 3, in 2, on 1. Drop your weights. Come on down to your knees. We're setting up for a hinge lunge. I want you to start, I'm just gonna face profile here. On this position, you obviously have your hips over your knees. Take your hands to your waist right now. Now step your right leg forward. Press into the front foot as you come up to the ball of your back foot. You have 2 right angles. From here, press down through the ball of your back foot and your front foot to lift yourself to a hover position. Draw your upper body forward as it hinges, but keep your waist pulling back. Your hips are nice and square right here. Now take it down and down. Starting as low as you can. Sometimes when we come from that kneeling position, it's easier to start low because we already have that knee so far down. Press into the ball of your back foot to shift your right hip or your left hip forward, keeping your hips shining in front of you. You're hinging just like you did in your parallel squat, so feel that same connection of your abdominals lifting up to create some ease in your back body. Taking this down like you're almost gonna tap your knee, but you don't. Yeah, we change in 8. We change in 6, in just 4, 3, 2, hold it at your lowest point just for a second. Press into the ball of your back foot, square off your hips. Everybody exhale and lengthen through your side bodies. Take your knee down a little bit further. We're gonna come full range next. In just 4, 3, 2, start on the down. You go down and lift. Down and lift. Your upper body stays hinging forward here. Take this at your tempo. Don't sacrifice any range of motion here just because you want to get that full length in your leg. So if you do not have enough time at the top to squeeze your seat, go a little bit slower and up. Lower, squeeze at the top. Hips stay square. Lower with control. You have 4. You have 3, you have 2, hold it on the down right here, take it down and up, just down and down. Notice how in this hinged position, everything is slightly forward. Your knee is slightly forward of your ankle, your hip is slightly in front of your back knee. It's the hinged position, it's okay that you're this way. You have 4, then we hold. 3, 2, hold right here. Lengthen your arms up. Come down a little bit deeper. We're gonna come to our knees and switch sides. In 6, in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Drop down to your knees. Coming to the other side, start with your hands at your hips. Take your left leg forward. Tuck your back toe. From here, press through front foot, ball of your back toe, and now lift up your knees at a hover position. Shift your shoulders forward. Feel yourself hinge, but stay hip square. Travel down and down. Once again, noticing your knee slightly forward of your ankle, your hip, back hip, slightly forward of your back knee. Now press into the ball of your back foot. Let that help you square your hips off. And now from here, can you come down a little bit lower? So you're not touching the floor, but you're getting so close. You guys look fantastic right now. Everybody feel your hands press into your hips. Lift your chest a little bit. Draw your jawline back. Nice. You're coming down and down. We have a mini hold, then full range in 4, in 3, 2, hold right here. Hold nice and low. Everybody press down through your 2 foundation points. Let that help you exhale, pull your waist in a little bit tighter. We move full range, starting on the down in 4, in 3, 2, on 1. You go down, lift up, down, and up. Again, I can't hear the music, so I think I'm on beat. But go at the tempo that you need to feel the control and the squeeze at the top. Go down and up. Notice that you stay hinging forward, still working your abdominals in that neutral spine position. You go down and up, controlling the down. At the top, I like to press into the ball of my back foot too. And up, down, and up. You have 4, then we hold it low. Last 3. Last two. Last one down and up. Hold it down right here. Travel down and down. This is it right here. 10 before your hold. Down and down right here. You have 8. You have 6. Last 4, 3, 2. Hold it right here. Hold it and release your arms forward. Release your arms forward. Send your hips back. Holding here for 6. We're going to stand on up, finding a wall or chair. In 3, 2, 1. Stand on up. Coming to a narrow V position. Take either hip to the bar, wall, whatever it is. Heels together, toes just a few inches apart. Glue your heels together. Press up onto the balls of your feet. Now bend your legs down as deep as you can, keeping your neutral spine. Shoulders over hips, squeeze your heels, and travel down, up. Tiny down and up right here. Now we are no longer hinged forward. So what that means for you is you have your neutral spine that you've worked so hard to maintain throughout class. You keep it now, knowing that in this position, you have gravity on your side. Everything is stacked. Doesn't mean you don't think about your shoulders drawing back or your chin drawing back, but you have that difference that we haven't had in a while. Can you squeeze your heels together more and drop your hips down to be at your lowest point right from the beginning? Yep. You just have 8, then we change. You have 6. You have 4, 3, 2, on 1. Squeeze your heels. Everybody drop down 2 inches. Trust me, drop down 2 inches. Now from here, we're going to start traveling. Arm comes up. You travel down for 2 and up for 2. Down and down, up and up. Yes. If you start a little bit lower than you think you can, you are going to get more out of these very few sets that we have. Notice that when you travel down, if your upper body comes forward, don't go down as far. Day by day, class by class, it changes. Think about your inner thighs wrapping around you right now, letting that turnout happen. This is our only turnout thigh set. So really focus on that idea of inner thighs wrapping around, knees tracking over toes. You have 2 more here. And up. Last one here. Go down for 2. Hold it right here. You take it down and down. Maybe reach both arms up. If you want to wait till our balance, you can do that as well. Imagine traveling down a ladder. No up. I'm traveling down and down. And each time I'm pressing through the balls of my feet and squeezing my heels together. You have 8. You just have 6. We hold in 4, 3, 2. Hold it right here. Arms reach up, hips pull down, waist pulls in, squeeze your heels, drop down as much as you can. You're holding 8. 1 more thigh set left. In 6, you just have 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen your legs. Find your wall. We're going to be doing neutral spine chair. Walk your feet out. Let your arms breathe forward to start. You are in a neutral spine, so your lower back does not touch the wall. Knees over heels, reach your fingertips out, keep your shoulders drawn back. Start right here. If you want to do a parallel squat instead, feet are still hips width distance. Send your seat back just like we were for triceps, coming down and up right here. If you're in a wall sit, we don't move. We don't go up and down. So know that if you breathe your shoulders back, you breathe your hips back, you maintain your side body, you then draw your feet into the floor, feel your heels fire down. And on that down, feel your hamstrings fire up to keep you lifted. Think of that as the way you're lifting away from the floor. Your quadriceps, those muscles on top, are going to control the height that you're at. Yes. Now everybody that's holding that wall sit here, take your arms, flip your palms down, cross your right and left. Now this is how we're gonna get our exhale in. You exhale and exhale. Your exhale gets blood flowing. It's gonna give that extra oxygen that we need to power down through our legs. If you're in your parallel squat, go full range, down and lift. Go all the way down and all the way lift. Wherever you are, we're gonna hold in our position on 4, on 3, last 2. Hold your arms out, neutral spine meditation people. Hold them out right here. Squat people, get lower. Press down through all 4 corners of both feet. You get your stretch in just 6, 5, and 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. Stand on up. We're gonna stretch it out, starting with a standing quad stretch. So if you need to hold on to something, go ahead and do that. Take your foot into your hand, tip your hips up slightly, draw your knee back. It's gonna target your quadricep right there. Keep your shoulders square, keep your hips square. Press your foot into your hand. Switch it out on the other side. Opposite foot, opposite hand. Tip your hips up slightly, draw your knee back, press your foot into your hand. One more inhale here. On your exhale, set your foot down. Come to a lunge, high lunge on the right, and start with your hips nice and square. So make sure that your left foot or left hip is pushing forward. Lengthen through your back leg. You're gonna feel your hip flexor release. Arms come up. From here, lift up and over to the side. Look underneath your arm. Keep that position as you drop down onto your back knee. Then take your outside hand, use it to push over a little bit more. Inhale. On your exhale, come right back up through center. Take your hands to the instep of your foot and heel toe your right foot out. You can stay on your hands. You can come down to your forearms, but if you're on your forearms, make sure you walk your hands out so that your back is staying as long as it can, not curving under. Use this as your hip stretch. You can rock side to side. You can lengthen through the back leg if that feels better to you. Few more inhales and exhales here. Come back to your hands if you are on your forearms. Heel toe your right foot back in. Now tuck your back toe. Shift your weight back. Keep your fingertips tented on either side of your leg. Draw your heel forward as you pull your hip back in opposition. From here, press down through your finger pads, lengthen through your lowest part of your back. Now mash your arms out. Feel your neutral spine here. This stretch is a different stretch for your hamstring than when we round our back. So find the length first. Feel the stretch all the way down your hamstring through the bottom of your leg. Now reach your fingertips, round your back. Notice how this changes the stretch as you try and lay your belly button on your leg. Wave your pinky toe out, your big toe in, fanning your leg back and forth. Then settle back in through center. Lengthen through your front leg as you press your big toe down. Draw yourself up to a standing split. Push your right hip back, your left hip forward. Try and lay your head heavy. Maybe walk your hands forward. Inhale here. Take an exhale. On your next inhale, walk your hands towards the center. Parallel feet, drop your hands down. You can swing side to side. You can walk your hands through. You can shift your hips. Feel the straddle position work for you, but let your head hang heavy. Inhale. One more exhale. Then on your inhale, walk over to the other side. Find your high lunge to start. Lengthen through your back leg. Lift both arms up, stacked over your hips, pressing through the ball of your back foot. Now lift up and over to the side. Look underneath your right arm. Drop down to your back knee, keeping the side stretch, and then let your bottom arm come down. One more inhale here. On your exhale, lift right back on up. Now from here, sweep your hands to the instep of your foot. Heel toe your left foot out. You can stay just like this. You can walk forward into a forearm position, or you can even lengthen your back leg. Stretching out your inner thigh. Feel the stretch, breathe into it. So every time you want to get a little bit deeper, imagine your exhale letting you get deeper into your stretch. One more inhale. One more exhale. Walk your hands in. Heel toe your foot back through center. Shift your weight back as you keep your fingertips tented. Drive your left heel forward, pull your left hip back, and press through your finger pads to lift all the way through your chest. Now release your arms forward. Establish your neutral spine. That idea of pulling in and maintaining that lower back curve. Reach forward. Change the shape of your spine. Lower all the way down. Drop your head. Fan your foot in and out, letting your leg rotate in the socket. Settle in through center. Press down through your hands, down through your front foot, down through the ball of your back foot. Standing split. Right hip pushes forward. Try and relax your neck. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, walk yourself all the way back to center. Take yourself down onto your knees. We're coming to our second set of abdominals today, low C curve. So from here, take your feet hips width distance, hands directly behind your thighs. Press your hands and thighs together, lift up to lengthen your spine. Now, once you have the length in your spine, I want you to maintain that length and tip your hips up so nothing shortens. It's a C curve, high C, even though we're going to low C. It's a C curve with length. Take your side bodies, wrap them down behind you. Now, inch by inch, walk yourself down until your lower back is pressing into the floor. Walk your feet in. Press your thighs and hands together. Lift your heart up a little higher. Now, exhale. In your low C, your foundation is through your low back and through your feet. And at some point, we lose that foot foundation. So right now, enjoy it, that idea of pushing down to help leverage your shoulders up. Notice your low back. If we don't think about our low back, it won't stay grounded. So your shoulders are lifted, your low back is down, your hands support this position to give some extra pressure off of your neck. If you can keep your ears directly over your shoulders, you can release as long as nothing comes down. But your head is heavy, so if you are still working up to that position, keep the hold on the back of your legs. Use your exhale as a way to lift up and up, trying not to come down. But know that your hands are there for you. The more you press them in, the more you can help draw some tension out of your neck a little bit more. Every exhale, press down through your low back, press down through your feet. Your knees are in line with your hips. Keeping this parallel position is really important so we don't get any extra strain in our hip flexors. You have 8 more chances here to exhale and find your highest point before we make a change. You have 4, 3, 2, hold the height right here. Come up to your right toes, lift your right arm, and then take this up to a tabletop position. You're gonna draw everything out and draw everything back in towards your center line. It's out and out, and in and in. Now pick it up. It's out and in, out and in. Usually when I do this, I kind of take the arms in a different direction, but I want you to focus on how the pull away and the pull in is harder to maintain than we might think. You have to use your side bodies on both sides to control this position. If you're moving that leg out of position, out of that shape, you don't need to do that. You keep that bend in your leg and think about dropping your toe forward and lifting it back up. Drop and lift. Don't let your arm come so far back behind you that your shoulders get out of alignment. Keep everything in control, moving along the same plane. We're gonna hold it in 4, take tiny pulses, 2, on 1, hold everything in and pulse. Pull your knee towards your nose and reach your fingertips out further. We're gonna change in 8, just switching sides in 4, 3, 2, on 1, foot down, reclaim your legs. Take your left toes up, reach your left arm high, take this whole shape out and in right away, getting it up to speed. Press down through your right foot. I forgot to say this on the other side, but press down through your right foot, similar to what we did in our flat back floor. Knowing what this position means is gonna help keep your foundation, and you've tested it before. You know that this is gonna work. To press down through your right foot will help you keep your hips square, keep your side bodies long. Yeah, keep it going. Feel the length in your arm, but do not sacrifice by pulling your shoulders up. Full shape of your leg falls forward and then lifts right back up because of your exhale. Hold it in 4, in just 3, last 2. Hold your knee in and pulse. And pulse, drawing your knee towards your nose, your fingertips out further. You can get as high as you can right here. Both legs are coming up in just 4, in 3, 2, on 1. Toes come up, hands behind your thighs and lift. Let your toes fall slightly forward to ground your hips down. You've lost your foot foundation, so now it's all about your low back. Pull your waist in and then feel like your hips are lengthening a few inches in front of you. You have 4 right here. Last 2, on 1. Hold the height. Keep your hands behind your legs. Open up to hips width distance. Drop down just a few inches. Glue them back together. Pull them right back up. It's out and down in and lift. If you want to release your arms forward as you do this, that is an ultimate challenge. I would not take my hands behind my head. That's a whole lot of extra weight. Down, in, you just have 2 more, that's it. Tracing the same circle each time, or square, keeping your legs parallel. Now this time, reset, lift your toes, lift your heart, elbows wide, drop your feet down to your challenge point. Final hold set up here. Lengthen your arms up overhead, maybe drop them a few inches back. Find length out of your legs, lengthening in both directions, drop your heels a few more inches. You just have 6 right here. You have 4, 3, 2, on 1. Draw your knees in towards your chest, rock and roll side to start. Now set your feet down into the floor. We're gonna set up for back dancing seat work today. So starting with your feet pressing into the floor, your hips reaching long, your waist pulling down, hands pressing into the floor. From here, lift up your left toes. Press down through your right foot and lift up into this hover position with your hips. Now squeeze your seat. Every time you squeeze, I want you to feel the contraction of your seat in towards center. We're starting right away with the left leg lifted, targeting our right side. Don't worry, we'll end with both on the same. Now when you're here, your left leg should not be further past your hip towards your head, so try and keep it directly over, even if you have a bend, that's okay. You squeeze your seat so much so that it looks like there's no movement. Sometimes I feel like when I take this in a class, my seat looks like it's on the floor, even though it's maybe like a centimeter off. So know that the squeeze that you can focus on right now is up to you. I can't necessarily tell what it is, but you know what it is. I know that the less movement I see, I think that there's less of, or more of a contraction going on, but this is where you test yourself. Tail end of class, seat work. Are you gonna just do your okay job, or are you gonna do your best job? And this is where you can find a little bit more energy, a little bit more focus to push through the end of class. Once again, you have your opposite foot to press down. So press down through your right foot. If you don't press down, it's gonna be harder to keep that contraction. So the contraction comes just as much from the push of your right foot down, which we've done several times today, so it should feel really familiar. If you want, you can always take your hands to your hips, feel them even. We don't want one side dropping below the other. And then feel your waist pull down into that space. Again, a tiny flexion that you got right here makes a really big difference. Great big inhale. Keep this squeeze going. We change in 8. In 4, 3, 2. Hold this shape and squeeze your seat exactly where you are, but open your right knee out, draw it in. It's out and in. A tiny movement. Knowing that if I were with you right now, I would take my hand to your right foot and make sure that the inside of your right foot doesn't come off of the floor. So this is engaging your outer seat to come back through center. Think of using your inner thigh. Draw yourself back through center, using your exhale, your inner thigh, and then your seat to move on the out. Try and keep your top leg nice and still. You just have 4, then we hold it out. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Hold this out on the V and squeeze it up, up, up. Option to take your outside leg as long and also take it to a narrow V position. If that feels like it's gonna help keep your hips square, but it's narrow. You're lifting up, up, up. That top leg is gonna get to bend in a second. So if your leg is getting tired, if the reach is getting to be a lot, don't worry, we're gonna bend it soon. For now, press down through your foot, focus on that. Get some lightness in your top toe. You don't need to point it, you don't need to flex it. You just had 8 that we're gonna change. 6, in 4, 3, 2, on 1. Keep this position of your down foot. Cross your right leg, left leg over your right, adding some weight to that leg. Now squeeze your seat. You squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That tiny change is gonna add some more weight to your right side as we burn out our seat right here. You have a slight turnout still in your right leg, keeping all 4 corners grounded. You have 8 and then we hold. You have 6. You just have 4, 3, 2. Hold right here. Squeeze your seat. Press down through your right foot. Squeeze your seat a little bit more. Exhale, pull your waist down. You just have 8. You just have 6. Then we're going the other side in 4, in 3, 2, 1. Set your knees, hips down. Draw your knees in. Give them a quick little roll. Then send both feet back down. Lift your right leg up high. Press down through your left foot. Lift your seat to a hover. Squeeze your seat up. Every time you squeeze, setting up the foundation on your new side. So that idea of the squeeze that you start with will only get more intense. So where are you going to start? Think about the movement, try and cut it in half. Think about the contraction, try and hold it. So not squeeze, release. Think about holding it the whole time. Now you're pressing through your left foot. So use that press to intensify the squeeze of your seat. Make sure both hips are even. If one hip has dropped down, this is where your abdominals help keep it lifted at the correct level. Your hands are a great way to feel that. Take them to your hips, take them to your side bodies. Double check. Sometimes on the second side, we think everything's in line, but it actually does start to falter a little bit. Remember, your top leg can be bent. Your focus is on your bottom foot right now, on that bottom leg. You squeeze your seat, push down through your foot. Yep. Here for just a few more counts, and then we're going to switch, taking just our outside leg in and out. You just had 10. You have 6. Last 4, 3, 2, on 1. Draw your left leg out and in. Just out and in. It might just be a few inches, but those few inches are going to target a really hard spot to get. And that outer seat is responsible for this movement. Like if your leg, your lower body, and your seat were an object, it might be a door. And your seat is going to be the doorknob. It's going to twist and control this movement. Open and in. Open and in. Remember, use your inner thighs right here to draw your leg back through center. It's also going to help you keep the inside of your foot grounded a little bit more. And center. Out and in. Keeping the squeeze, never letting it go, and keeping the pressure down through your foot. We hold it out in 4, in just 3, last 2, hold your knee out, so lift it up, up, up. Now take your right leg out to that narrow V to help keep your hips in line. Maybe double check, make sure that you have equal hip height and that your side bodies are both reaching long, not just your working side. Something else to focus on, sometimes when that squeeze gets a little intense and you want to change your focus, abdominals are always a really great place to take that. You're squeezing up right here, keeping that hover of your seat, reaching your leg a little bit longer, knowing we're going to draw it in next. You just have 10. You have 8. Then we're going to pull our right leg in 4, 3, 2, on 1. Hold the squeeze of your seat, cross your right leg over, and add your squeeze. You lift, lift, lift. Adding a little bit of extra weight, you can flex your foot, you can point your foot, whatever feels best to you. Also a little bit of a hip opener. Just keep pressing through your foot. We're going to come with both feet down and end in back dancing on both sides in 8. We hold in 6, in 4, 3, 2, hold right here, squeeze your seat, press down through your left leg. We're going to set both feet down parallel in 6, in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Set both feet down, lift your hips as high as they can go and squeeze your seat. High back dancing to finish. Now the difference here in high back dancing is you have reclaimed your neutral spine. You have a sway in your lower back. You're pulling your waist in and feeling a stretch in your back body right now. No more flexion. Squeeze your seat to keep your legs nice and high, and then feel that squeeze be matched by the push down of both feet. You just have 8. We hold in 6, in 4, 3, 2, hold on 1. Release your arms up. Press down through your feet. Lift your hands and hips a little bit higher. You just have 8. You have 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your hips down. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Cross your left leg over your right for a figure 4 position. Reach behind your thigh. Draw it in towards your upper body. Change it out to the other side. Take your right leg over your left, reach behind your left thigh, hold this whole shape in. Take yourself into a ball, rock and roll yourself up. We're gonna come to high C curve. So glue your feet, knees, thighs together, hands behind your thighs. Tip your hips up towards your rib cage and squeeze your thighs together. Tip your hips up and curl. You tip and curl. Every time you tip, I want you to squeeze your thighs together. Every time you curl, I want you to focus on opening up your upper body. Finding this position through your central line and starting in a lower position, like your shoulders are almost in line with your knees. Yeah? Use your breath right now. Feel your back stretch, the flexion one more time in class today. We're gonna balance it out in our spinal extension to end. So feel that curve just for a few more moments here. Finishing up with our abdominals, noticing the strength that it takes in our abdominals in high C curve. It's the top layer and it's the lower layer. And it's really hard to get all of that at the same time. Right here for 4. You have 3, last 2, on 1. Hold the tip, hold the curl. Squeeze your thighs together, press down through your big toes. Lift both arms up. You're going to draw your arms out to the side, pull your right elbow in, lift it back out, cross it over to the left, and come right back through center. Pick it up. It's elbow in, reach, cross over, and out. Elbow in, reach out, in, and out. So when you reach your fingertips back out, that's a great time to pull your waist back. I try and pull my waist back when I pull my elbow in, but then holding it on that reach out is a little bit harder. You just have 4. Glue your legs together to keep those knees quiet. Pull in and reach. 2 more here. Pull in, over, last time. Pull in, reach, over, other side. Pull left, reach out. Now you can always take your not working arm and place it behind your thigh. You get the same amount of work. It's not like we're working our arm that's holding still, but if you have it out, it requires a little bit more balance. It requires a little bit more abdominal strength. So know that you can take this as you need it. You have options here. Exhale, pull in, keep that pull in, over and out. Yep, tiny rotation, opposite rib towards opposite hip. You have 2 right here. Over, last one here. Down, out, hold it at a V. Pull both arms out, draw your heels down, toes up, lengthen your legs out in front of you, find your tip and curl. Tip and curl. You have 4. You just have 3, get a little bit lower. Last 2, hold on 1 right here, cross your arms, add some weight to your upper body. Coming to spinal extension last. In 8, you just have 6. Energy out through your heels in 4, in 3, 2, 1. Lay your head, neck, and shoulders down. Roll over your shoulder, coming onto your hips. Abdominals press up, hips press down. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press down through the tops of your feet. Lift through your heart. Exhale, pull your waist in. Now from here, lift your right toe up off the floor, match it with your left. Try and reach your toes back behind you and lift your back body slightly. But keep your hands down at first. Feel that press down to help lift your upper body, not just up, but forward as well. Tapping into our spinal extension to match the curve of our spine that we have worked throughout class. So mostly a neutral spine, also in lots of flexion, but now here we are back in spinal extension. We're gonna end with a little bit more flat back so that we truly balance out our spine, but enjoy this stretch right now, that idea of releasing your back body and using the energy like a magnet to lift up towards the ceiling. Every time you exhale, pulling your waist in. Yeah? Now hold it on the up. Sweep your arms back behind you by your hips and lift your arms to match your legs. Lift up and up. Every time you lift, I want you to focus more on the length, just like your triceps. Every time you lift, you have to lengthen. Lift, lengthen, lift, lengthen. And then again, to get more out of this, if you minimize the down and the in and you keep the lift and the lengthen, it's gonna get you a little bit tired, a little bit faster, exhausting those muscles, working to your max. You have 4, then we hold, that's it. Last 2, hold it right here. Everybody reach your fingertips back, draw the crown of your head forward, lift up through the back of your neck, exhale, press your hips down and lift up a little bit higher as you lengthen head to toe. You have 8, then we're rolling over our shoulder. In 6, in just 4, 3, 2, 1, lay back down, roll over your shoulder, right back in flat back floor where we started. I want you to take your knees up over your hips, glue your thighs together, and right away, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Draw your shoulders down your back. Feel your lowest rib stay grounded, and then press your low back into the floor. Feel the length of your back right here. Drop your fingertips away from your legs. Pull everything in through center. You drop it down and down, lift it in and in. That in comes from your exhale, in and in. Few more here, then we're going to alternate different sides. You just have 2. Pull it in. Last time, feel your back press down. Now we're going to change. I want you to take your left leg out, right leg back, draw in through center, switch it, left arm back, right leg down. It's in and out. 2 counts to move here. This is called a dead beetle, I think, something like in yoga. So I don't know why it's called that. But think about that. Think of your back being like a shell pressing against the floor behind you. It is heavy. The more weight you can press into your back, you're going to maintain your flat back floor position, which is where the focus is. As you use your mind a little bit, you use your muscles to keep the length in both side bodies, dropping and lifting with your breath. Wherever you are, whatever your pace, you just have 4, 3, last 2, last 1, hold through center. Glue your legs together 8 times. Take it out and in. This is it. 7, exhale. 6, breathe in. Maybe take your toes a little bit further as you drop them out in front of you. You have 4, ribs stay grounded, low back stays grounded. For 2, now we hold it on the out. Hold it on the out. Lengthen your legs. Final hold right here. Squeeze your thighs together. Drop your heels. Pull your waist down. You stretch in 6, in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull your knees in. Rock and roll side to side. Take yourself up to a seated position. Take your right leg in front of you and draw your left leg behind you for a pigeon pose. Hands on either side of you. Try and square off your hips, pressing your opposite hip down, and then walk this to a position where you are feeling the stretch in the inner and outer part of your seat. Shifting side to side if that helps. You can find heaviness in your upper body. You can stay upright. Great big inhale here. On your exhale, keep your right leg where it is, but swing your left leg out to the side. Lift up and over towards your foot, keeping both feet grounded. Turn to face your leg. Walk your hands a little bit further towards your foot. One more inhale here. On your exhale, walk your hands in. Left leg comes front, right leg goes back. Find your pigeon pose to start. Pressing your right hip forward, walking yourself down if you need to, making sure that you keep your hips square. That's the focus. One more inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Then draw your right leg around for that half straddle position. Lift your left arm up and over past your toes. Keep that length in your side body, match it with the length in your right, and take yourself up and over your leg. Inhale here. Exhale, walk your hands back. Lay down all the way on your back. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Drop your knees over to the left as your gaze falls to the right. You can lengthen your top leg for an IT band release. Just make sure you drop your hip. Come right back in through center. Let your knees fall over to the right. Gaze falls to the left. Again, you can lengthen your leg. Keep your hip down. Feel that IT band release. Come right back in through center. Give your legs a great big hug. Feel the compression in your hip flexors. And then release all that energy. Lengthen your legs, lengthen your arms. Find a final resting place with your back body melting into the floor. Your upper body released up towards the sky above you. Taking all the tension out of your body. Feeling the full cycle of class. And letting any points where we felt a little bit of extra push, a little bit of extra challenge, see how they've strengthened us and made us better able to take on our day. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. It's another lovely day outside, albeit a little warm, but enjoy it. Beggars can't be choosers, right? Now that it's nice weather, we have to enjoy it. Thank you so much. If you guys have any questions, stick around and you can ask. If there's anything that you want to talk about as things are reopening, also reach out to us too. I know the switch might be confusing, so let us know. We're here for you. Thank you so much, you guys.